says, as property crime hits a 60-year low,
an educated and united public cannot be controlled. Get organized.
Learn to be in America, the news media, in a purposeful effort to mislead the public and keep people in a constant state of fear and fascist backlash, turns each property crime into news. It says 2 women face felony retail theft charges after officials say they stole more than 8,000 from Ulta Beauty, Sephora, and Nordstrom Rack in Hillsborough. So basically, they're saying how the media, that's the reason why people have this view that crime is so huge. Like we have a, crime wave happening across the nation, because the media plays they big up these stories where these things do happen, but the way the media covers it, it makes it look like it's way bigger than it actually is. And this is saying the numbers say that property crime hits a 60-year low. But no one would believe that because the media got them thinking that we're at a crazy crime time. So it has a chart here. It says, here's property crime lower than it has been since the early 1960s. Note how the press purposely tried to turn that 1-year increase marked in red into a national moral panic. So this chart here has the dates on the bottom, and then it has, I'm not sure with these numbers here on the left, numbers of property crime, I guess. So it looks like it's got a peak here, 1980, early 80s, and almost the same in the early 90s. But then since the 90s, you got a constant decline of property crime here and a little bitty spike here, late 2020s. That's probably the pandemic right there. And then it goes down again after that. So overall, you have a continued decrease in property crime based on this chart. Comment, it says, if they stole from people's homes, then maybe it's newsworthy. But what difference does it make to me if Nordstrom lost some inventory? Another one, it says, propaganda to get even more funding for militarized cops. Another comment, it says 2.4 million workers lose $8 billion annually, an average of 3,300 per year for year-round workers to minimum wage violations, nearly a quarter of their earned wages. So that's the part I'll be trying to talk about too, and the media doesn't like to cover when you have these corporations stealing from the employees, like literally stealing their freaking wages. Like, and it's been happening a lot, but you don't see the media blowing those stories up. They blow up the stories about somebody looting the store, and they play those over and over and over again. Like, they come down my timeline every day. Literally every day I see a clip of someone stealing out of a store. Like, one of the ones that went viral recently is this guy taking these iPhones. I think it was iPhones. He was taking phones out of a phone store, like ripping them off the display case. And people were just standing around watching them. Took like, I don't know, 30, 40 phones or whatever, and then ran out of the store. And that clip is going down my timeline from different outlets. Like, I don't know, I've seen it freaking 30, 40 times in the last week. The same clip. Another comment says, any units you throw on the left or that chart, is that per capita or total number of lost inflation adjusted? That's a good question, because that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at these numbers in the left of this chart, and what do those numbers really mean? Like, what are they, what is that? So in that defense, you can make charts like this that can be misleading when we don't know what this information really is here. We need to know more about what these 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, what that actually means. Another comment that says Sephora, they support Israel. Personally, I don't mind, and I am happy to hear of people shoplifting there. I don't agree with comments like that.
No. That just increases the problem. No offense, I don't agree with somebody stealing 40 iPhones.
I don't either. What I'm saying is the media makes that look bigger than it is. It seems like that's happening every day, you know, in every city across the nation, the way the media covers these things.
Look up Crime Tracker.
Another comment says their attempts at distraction are no longer working. Another one that says men steal from businesses the way they steal from us. Another one that says they don't pay their workers a living wage, tell the CEOs to cover it with one less vacation. One more, couple more. It says also that 1 year blip was COVID. Worldwide pandemics make terrible data points for normal times. That was a argument we had on a previous show. Another comment says, while they rob us blind and use our money to build more cop cities. Another one that says, I can't imagine an existence where my day was going just fine till I heard someone shoplifted at a superstore. Thousands of dollars worth. How can I keep my family safe? Like, that's a fair comment because they're talking about, like, I mean, it's not cool that they do this stuff. But as far as it's when we talk about violent crime, like that's a thing, you know. But some guys stealing some stuff out of a store, like I'm not trying to belittle it. I'm just saying that it's like it's not on the same level of me worrying about like my life. Another one that says they do this in an over-the-top way with Georgia local news too. I refuse to watch most days. The local news is so bad. Like I say before, like my mom watches Fox News a lot, and I go over her house, and if I'm just sitting there, it's not like we usually the TV is just playing in the background. You know, we're at the dining room table or something, and we're just talking about something or whatever we're eating or whatever. But the screen is playing, you know, some theft, some robbery, some breaking and entering, like every news story is that. And it's like you understand where people get the idea that it's craziness going on out there and that everybody's house is getting robbed and their cars are getting broken into and people are looting the stores.
No, it's simply what's happened because of social media and things like that. Back in the day, people didn't. You got to understand, there is actually much less horrible crap going on nowadays than there ever really was before. If you think about it, I mean, I'm not denying bad things happen. I'm not denying that there's still rackets and organizations and all that crazy stuff, and all of it doesn't happen. But what I'm saying is, now in the days of cell phones in everybody's pocket, instant media, and things like that, you become more aware of everything happening around. Instead of just seeing bad things happening on the street around us, which doesn't happen that much, we feel very safe in our local area. But when you start seeing, 12 people in Detroit, 14 people in Florida, San Diego, Colorado, then you start going, this shit's fucking happening everywhere. What the hell? And it's all this more information and connectivity, but people not being able to keep it in the perspective of local, national, different state, not here, there. They start seeing all this, and it's like, well, this is happening everywhere, and then everywhere becomes all over, becomes all around you, becomes now you've just given yourself your own PTSD because all this shit's going on and it directly affects you now, even though It's in Florida and Detroit and New York and San Diego. And I mean, it's happening at the same stores that we see here, right? You mean Nordstrom's? Yeah, I was at Nordstrom's the other day. Wow. Doesn't matter if it was in San Francisco.
Yeah, but it's not happening nearly as much as it seems like it is because of the media. It,
It's happened a lot more. A lot of people are trying to dismiss it with that quote. That's one of those things where no, robberies, things like this are on the upswing. They're way on the upswing. Now,
we're playing like
from your statement, are they happening like insanity crazy? No. But we see more of them because you've also got to remember like that group they caught that worked its way, you saw Colorado and here and there, or you watched them start in Detroit and they went across this country and down, and a couple of them finally got caught and they busted them in California. These were some of them they were showing on social media. They were running in and grabbing bags and things at different places. There's a lot of organization going on, which is another thing. And now there's a whole lot of people now not reporting beyond the local area because of media saturation. But yes, all of that is dramatically up. Is it happening every day? Absolutely. Is it happening every day everywhere? No.
Yeah, well, we're playing this chart right here that's saying property crime.
Do not use that chart. You've already debunked that chart.
And
you've already said that chart is not valid.
And it's these headlines. It's like the clickbait, like the bad news spreads fast and lies spread faster. It's like, what is it? Newsbreak. I have that app on my phone, and it's like the headline gets my attention, and I click on it, and then I read the article, and it's like nothing there. It's like it was nothing more than a headline, like it and a bunch of ads pop up when you try to read the article. You can't even read the article by trying to scroll past all of these ads.
And by putting it on your phone, you gave it full access to your friends list, camera, microphone, and contacts.
I'm probably going to delete the app because it's really kind of irritating me. Every now and then it gives me something to look up, but mostly it's like headline.
Put it on make a folder in your bookmarks area on your web page that you use on your computer at home or wherever, and just do a bookmark page that has it. That way you can tap it, because every now and then I go to all the different news sites for breaking headlines, and I've got several ones, and I just bookmark it and do that, so I don't have to get all these little apps to get their crap.
Yeah.
And just bog down my phone and have more people know what I'm doing, which is nothing. Okay, government, I'm not doing anything.
It's just that these articles are empty as hell. I don't know if it has to do with AI or writing articles or what is happening, but it's like literally nothing in the article was informative. Like, you know what I mean? Beyond the headline, there was nothing there. And even the headline be misleading or whatever. Like it's not news. Let me read a couple more comments. It says, all this fear mongering from the media, didn't this used to be the land of the brave? Another one, it says, pales in the face of all the political grift and taxpayer funding waste. Another one, it says, there will always be a justification for more militarized police. People have fallen for this same fear mongering decade after decade, as the ruling class promises just a few more heavily armed thugs with badges will make everyone safe. State-sanctioned violence doesn't lower crime. More community resource and the further elimination of poverty reduces crime. But more cops and tougher laws aren't about keeping the people safe. It's about having a force that can enforce compliance if the time ever comes. Couple more. It says, hey, you have a fraud and corruption every day in your politics. Another one, the news is just another show. Another one, it says, and stores in San Francisco and Portland are closing left and right because of retail theft. Couple more. Target has literally everything locked up. You need an employee to come and unlock the cabinet for $4 shampoo. It says, and they're pouring taxpayers' money into additional OT for officers, etc., to minimize this over-publicized retail theft.
And reach. We're going to do it. We're going to get the